So yeah, here I am with Mike. He's a veteran in the community at this point. I think that's fair to say, Mike. And yeah, looking forward to hearing a bit more about your journey with drop servicing, what got you started. So maybe just to start off with, give us a bit of a background and tell us about yourself.
Yeah, sure. So thanks for inviting me on, Dylan. And hello, everyone. So I started drop servicing 3 years ago, back in 2022. And I was in my home country, China. I think at that time, I was in my bedroom just scrolling on YouTube and I saw Dylan's ad. And I forgot what didn't talk about, but I booked a call on the same day and I just joined the program. And it was a very interesting concept for me because I didn't have to buy physical products and sell them on Shopify. It's a service business, so you can scale with just a few clients. And the profit margin is significantly higher than just selling e-commerce. So I thought that was pretty cool. And also the ideas of cold emails, because after discovering Dylan's program and joining, taking on the trainings, I realized cold emails is actually even at that time was a huge industry where people would use to do business development, even for like export and import businesses in China. So that was really refreshing for me to learn. And then it came 3 years. So I stopped here and there and because of school. But just earlier this year, I picked up the cold email agency again. In October, we're doing a little over 10K, and it's plus or minus 10K-ish for our revenue. So I say doing a lot better than I was 3 years ago. So can definitely have a lot more room to improve. But yeah, so that's where I was at, and that's where I'm now. And I'll just leave more space for Dylan to ask questions instead of just saying everything here.
Yeah, sure, Mike. Yeah, for sure. No, that's cool. And yeah, I mean, when you were getting started, what got you looking into building an online business? Were you doing anything at the time with that?
Yeah, so what got me interested in building an online business?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so just the idea of you can work wherever you want just with a laptop and being able to travel around the world without just having to go to a 9 to 5 office job all the time, which is kind of, for me, it's kind of boring. And 9 to 5 hours are totally okay. Just for me, I wanted more freedom and also wanted to make more income because when I'm young, I wanted to kind of travel a little bit more to see new cultures, learn new languages, and discover new business opportunities. Also make a little more money to go to to learn the stuff I want to learn, go to the places I want to go.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. And so it sounds like you were searching around a little bit for different business models. Did you try anything before getting into drop servicing?
Yeah, so before that, I actually started a Shopify website and I was selling a jewelry that looks pretty nice, but it's actually pretty cheap. It's like $15. But that certainly didn't work out because the category was already super competitive. So I just saw, okay, that didn't work too well. Also, you need to deal with buying a product from China, ship that to the US. It's like a little bit complicated. So then I saw drop servicing. I was like, yeah, this is pretty simple. I just need to register a company abroad and get a bank account and send some emails, and then we can land clients. I was, yeah, it was like kind of like rediscovering fire, but not that crazy.
Yeah. And I guess what were your first impressions once you joined the program? How did you find going through it?
Yeah, so there was a lot of information to absorb with the accelerator. And after that, it was different trainings on cold email and how to do LinkedIn DMs, how to do LinkedIn search. And it was very specific down to how to write the copy and even templates of the copy you can copy and just use it, which actually worked really well for the explainer video business, I just want to say. So yeah, very detailed, but a lot of information.
Yeah, cool. And what was the process for you of actually building your business like? You started with the animated video business as a service in the beginning, yeah?
Going through the accelerator program to learn the copy, to build out the tracking sheet and the website. The copy was actually copy and paste and optimized my LinkedIn profile. So I think I started LinkedIn DMs first because it didn't really require a lot of web design to get the homepage ready. At that time, it was a huge pain because everything was manual, like registering domains, setting up retail Google inboxes. Yeah, so I started LinkedIn DMs first. In I think 2 weeks, maybe three, I don't remember, but then I started to send cold emails. Yeah, at that time, cold emails weren't as saturated, so that actually worked quite well.
Yeah, cool. And you started with the animated video business, you launched that. Then how long did it take you to get your first sale from that?
For the explainer video business, I didn't really get any sale. And I think the primary reason is because I got like probably 8 appointments. And
Yeah.
I had another business at the same business project at the same time. We were creating 3D models for video game studios, basically game
Ah,
characters, maps, vehicles, even weapons. And per deal, it could be like 30K. But so we got a lot of leads and quite a few qualified appointments to coding us. But it was I think I was a major bottleneck from closing the deals. And so we didn't land any deals. But if we landed a contract, it would be like a 30 or 40K contract for like a 2 months drop service beginner, which was kind of crazy. So later on, earlier this year, when I can finally have some time, after graduation, this is where my business started to pick up because I started drop service businesses when I was a sophomore in college and I was
Hmm.
in China working studying remotely, and the world was upside down at that time. So yeah, that's kind of how the journey looked like.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess when you're when you're going through school at the same time, it can be difficult to find the time to put into building the business and doing the marketing and that side of things too. But as you were going through, I mean, what are your thoughts on the program itself? Like, what was the most helpful aspect of it for you?
That would be a very structured manner on how we write the copy. So Dylan would actually provide us with the extra copies, literally copy and paste. That was very helpful for drop service beginner and kind of just what exactly to do with how to set up the campaigns, how to generate the list, even write the copy on your own. So that really worked. At that time, I should basically double my email volume because the copy worked really well. It probably still works today because the offer is good. Those are the most valuable parts for me personally.
Yeah. Yeah. I think a lot of the time as well, people underestimate the volume of offers they need to put out into the market, especially when starting out. Then once you kind of lock in how many offers you actually need to put out and you get the mechanism for putting those offers out into the market, that's where you start to see the biggest results. I mean, I even found that when I was first starting, I didn't know like how many emails do I need to send to get a sale and all of that. And then once you go through and you work that out and you start sending enough offers, that's when the sales come through. But for you, it was really about once you graduated and you had more time. But I think in addition, it was that you were able to find the right service and offer. So let's talk a little bit about the breakthrough that you had this year in terms of finding the right service and offer and how that all played out for you once you discovered cold email as a
Yeah.
service.
Yeah, that's a super interesting story. So earlier this year, my explainer video business, the cold email campaigns just wasn't doing really well. I'm not sure if it's because I didn't have great video samples or case studies. It doesn't look great, but it doesn't look worse than anybody else's. I guess it was just mediocre. And just earlier this year, the campaigns didn't do really well. So and I saw Steve, another member of the DSP group, Steve Pope. He has dropped some posts on how he coached other students. So I saw the post and I just booked a consultation call with Steve. And on that call, Steve walked me through how to frame my offer better, maybe offering different graphical edit cuts, different lengths, different sizes, different vertical or horizontal sizes, etc. At some point on the consultation call, Steve noticed that my deliverability across all of my inboxes were very crazy. The open rate on instantly was like 50% to 75%, 85 was very occasionally 100%. So instantly they calculate open rate by how many emails are open from all of the emails you sent. So their open rate is kind of bloated, but even it's a 70% open rate, in reality is probably email open rate by volume is probably like maybe 35 or 40%, which is still solid. They calculate open rate by how many contacts have opened your email from all of the contacts in the campaign. So if you send 4 emails to the same contact, and if they open one of your emails, so that contact is considered open. And then it's a little bloated, but still. So Steve was very impressed. Like, hey, dude, how did you get such great open rate? He said you should just try this as a service. Then I posted this as a service actually in the Facebook group, and we got a lot of sales. And then I started to getting clients, serving clients, and starting to do cold emails for clients as well, and upselling clients to having us for retainers for cold emails, because first offers I was selling was just inbox setup. Basically, it's 30 inboxes for them, registering the domain, setting up the DNS records. Yeah, just do all the setup and
Yeah.
deliverability management. There was no result guaranteed or anything like that. But just earlier this year, I started to upgrade clients into the high retainer package with just maybe a couple or a few $1,000s a month. And so this is where my agency started to take off. Also, our cold email campaigns, we tested out an offer angle that works. So I graduated like this May, started the business, everything like around August, like late August. So October, we're doing like revenue wise, I think it's like $13,000 or maybe $14,000 revenue wise. Cash collected was 19K. Yeah, so that's where the agency started to take off. Yeah, and it's going on well right now. And we're also actually testing new approaches as well after having the call with Dylan. Yeah, so very exciting times.
Yeah, yeah. And I think kind of the biggest breakthrough for you, Mike, was realizing you don't only need to do animated videos as a service. Like you don't need to stick to that. And you can make that change to another service, even something like cold email outreach. Because the thing with the program is we teach you everything you need to know about all of these different outbound strategies that you can then use as a service that you sell to other companies out there. So you had all of that knowledge already. You had built the system for your animated video business, and you just needed to turn that knowledge that you had into an additional service, and it really blew up for you. And I think kind of the key thing as well is like now with your agency, you're getting recurring income from your clients. So your clients are staying with you for a longer time than just one-off projects with the animated video business. So from a revenue standpoint with the cold email agency, it's a lot more sustainable and scalable as well. So you mentioned you're doing over 10K per month revenue at the moment. With the strategy that we discussed deploying, what's kind of your end goal with the agency? What would you like to be hitting ideally in terms of revenue?
Yes. Yeah, so in terms of revenue, we're looking at $100,000 a month. Also, I wanted to just automate a large part of the process, either with software or either with humans. So we do want to test the manual outreach. So it's probably going to be a lot of labor. So, but the idea is to hit $100,000 a month. And so I can have the money to go to the seminars I want. Maybe, I don't know, maybe with Dan Kennedy or maybe with another person I respect, just to level up myself in life. So that's where we're looking to take the agency. Also have some other ideas, which maybe AI or maybe something else. But for the coding agency, so we're looking at 100K a month.
Awesome. Yeah, that's cool. That's a really good goal. And my next question would be in terms of, people thinking about joining the drop servicing partner program or getting into drop servicing in general, could you talk to them a little bit about what your advice for them would be in starting their business and getting results in their business? Any kind of problems that you ran into that you solved, any kind of tips that you have, and then just general advice that you would want to give?
Yeah, I'd say this advice is going to be very specific. So there's the number one mistake I made 3 years ago is not being consistent enough in sending cold emails, because I had 15 domains at that time, so like 40 inboxes, but they burned and got super frustrated and annoyed with it. At that time, I didn't know what to do. And I was also kind of financially restrained from getting more inboxes. So, but what I should have done is just cancel the domains, cancel the inboxes, get new ones ASAP, get new inboxes ASAP, wait for 14 days or 20 days to warm up and start resending ASAP. So that way, I already had proven copies that were getting like 2 or 3% reply rate, actually from Dylan's courses. At that time, not many people were doing explain videos and also sending cold emails to the entire world. Nowadays, like people are spamming cold emails all the time. So as long as you just send out the copy, you book appointments, even for newbies like me. That was crazy. So just be more consistent when you wanted to give up. When you're uncertain, just ask Dylan on what exactly you should do in terms of cold outreach or copy or list generation method or anything you need, and follow exactly what Dylan tells you. And stop thinking about outsmarting the course or outsmarting Dylan's process. Just play dumb, play ADIQ, just execute. Dylan and other coaches in the course, they're backed by experience. They know what they're doing. So just act dumb and follow the process. Trust that it will work. Stop overthinking.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, very unique advice. I like that. And yeah, I mean, in terms of what you've been able to achieve, it's pretty awesome to see. And within 1 year, once you have the right offer and you put in enough offers out into the market, that's typically when you see the fast results that you've seen. Like if you started this cold email agency when you very first got into the course and you got all these results within 1 year that you've seen, that's possible as well. It just depends on having the right service and having the right idea. And I think that, it's pretty awesome to see what you've achieved. And I think you're going to achieve a lot more going forward, especially with the strategies that we broke down around targeting specific niches with specific case studies. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what you achieve over the next year, Mike, and we'll get on another one of these calls and break it all down for everyone.
Very nice, Dylan. More than happy to do so. Another motivation for me.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thanks so much, Mike. Appreciate it. And if anyone has any questions for Mike, you can drop comments below. But yeah, talk to everyone soon.